Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chu News. As always, I'm your host, Dee Brady, and with me is my co host.
They call me Tay Chichu on the weekdays.
What about the weekends?
Tay.
And on this episode, we're going to be discussing some raid news, some merch, some Unite, some Pokemon home speculation, as well as some Pokemon Go news. Because I was telling Tay before this, I don't think we talk about Pokemon Go enough, and I know there are still some pretty active users of Pokemon Go. But we're also going to be announcing something very exciting that Tay is venturing on. And then we've got our everyone's favorite question, the silly little question, and then the wrap up. But without further ado, we're going to get started with some raid news.
Yay, my
Woo.
favorite.
Hopefully soon. Um, we are entering round two, week two of the Chestnut raids. It is a rock Terra type, and what I ended up having to use, surprisingly, was not what I thought I was going to use. Like I said last week, like I said, Iron Hands. And little did I know, Chestnut has Earthquake. So that was not very great for me trying to use Iron Hands or Golden Go. Neither of those mons liked that. Not one bit.
I can imagine.
So I ended up just using Meowscarada, and because I just a combination. I was able to get it close with Miascarada, and then I think the one that I finally ended up getting getting it with was Iron Leaves,
Hmm,
because I changed it from a Psychic Terra type to a Grass Terra type, and just Swords Danced and then Leaf Bladed.
nice.
But we've also, like how things go with the second round of the 7-star raids, we've got a 5-star raid event coming up that will feature Great Tusk and Iron Treads. So anyone who's looking to get an easy one of them, your easy IV, because I know Great Tusk will only be featured in Scarlet, Iron Treads will only be featured in Violet, kind of how they already are. I kind of wish that they were swapped, like how in the early days of Sword and Shield, you would have like a Machamp raid in Shield and a Lapras raid in Sword, because those were version exclusive Gigantamaxes at the time. So that's it for some raid news. Just the 5-star and 7-star raids. We also, if we're going off of any kind of speculation, and they're trying to do the starters before Pokemon Home is connected, they've only got about 4 more to do before then, and those with those being Rillaboom, Delphox, Incineroar, and Primarina. So they may do that, they may not. Who knows?
You never know.
But I'm gonna take yeah, you never know. But I'm gonna take a quick breath and let Tay talk about some merch news.
Hi there, I'm Merch News. Nice to meet you. So Pokemon Center. Not much on the Pokemon Center today. We have a lot of weird bags. They're gray and yellow, and they have a Pokeball on them that looks like kind of like a compass. They have an everyday TGC backpack for $59.99, a small duffel bag for $39.99, a laptop tote bag for $34.99, a it says waist bag, but it's a fanny pack for $19.99. They have a small shoulder bag for $19.99. They have a drawstring bag for $14.99, and they have a toiletry bag for $14.99. And then they also got some hats, a Snorlax Navy Dad hat and a Lapras Pokemon Summer Days Turquoise Dad hat. And that's it.
Interesting. I I saw the bags get announced, and part of me wants to grab one before the family vacation with the in-laws
Yeah,
in a couple weeks.
they're okay, but like, it's summer, and you pick gray and yellow, or it's not summer, it's spring, and you pick
Yeah, it's
gray and
spring. It's not
yellow,
summer until June.
and you pick gray and yellow, Queen. Come on.
Yeah, the only thing that I can't justify the colors, and I'm not going to try and justify the colors.
As you should.
But with the compass, I know during Scarlet and Violet, like the Elite Four and the Champion all had like a glove with a compass on the back of the hand. So maybe that's something to do with it.
I
Who
have not a clue.
knows? I could be looking too deep into things, as I tend to do.
Yeah. But now I'm gonna toss it on back to you for either Pokemon anime news or Pokemon Go news. I don't know. It's a guess. Let's see what kind D catches.
Hey, so I'm gonna do a doubleheader and just first start out by saying the final episodes of Pokemon Journeys will be coming out in late June. So yeah, Ash's journey is coming to a close. It already came to a close in Japan, but
Sad
this
days.
is the English version of it, so we get to relive the trauma of Ash leaving all over again. Yay! I'm
Thanks,
gonna be
Ash.
crying. Thanks, Ash. It's unclear if this includes the 11-part mini series that truly concluded Ash's journey, or if this is just the end of Journeys. So my guess would probably be it's just the end of Journeys, and they're gonna drag out the the Ash arc as much as they can. That would just be my guess.
Yeah, that works.
But we've got that. And then as for Pokemon Go, we've got Pokemon Go's Community Day this Sunday, which just coincidentally happens to be my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'll be 21. No, I'm kidding. I'll be 27. I'll be 27. I'm as old as Pokemon. Um, but this month's Community Day is Fennekin,
Okay.
and it'll have if you evolve it all the way up to Delphox, it'll have the charged move of Blast Burn, like any of the starters that you would get during a Community Day event. So I need to double check and see what Delphox's normal charged attacks are, because I cannot remember for the life of me. But I'll see what the charged attacks are and see if Blast Burn is worth it. All I know is that I would love to catch a couple of shinies, as one normally does on a Community Day, and hopefully, if I am lucky enough, I will catch a shiny female, because as we've discussed before, I think there are some Pokemon that just aesthetically fit better as female, even though the binary is BS. But also, we've got some other news that I will cover after I toss it on back to Tay for some Unite news.
Alright, kids. We finally got a little bit of Unite news. And that news being two more characters that are being announced, which is Umbreon. Pokemon Unite has already put some stuff on their Twitter about some. It's gonna have Mean Look, and I haven't looked at the other one yet. I've only seen the Mean Look one. And we're also getting Inteleon, which I find interesting, and that was announced after the Build-A-Bear Sobble had come out and after the raid has come out, which I find very interesting. So I'm thinking that these things kind of lead up into them. And in Pokemon Unite right now, we are doing a evolution challenge. I don't know exactly what it entails because I don't do the challenges. Because the majority of the time, you kind of have to like pay to like get ahead in those, and I'm not a big fan. I don't really have any skins in Pokemon Unite either. So there's that. But yeah, that's about it. We got those guys, and that's great. There's also during the event, I believe during quick play matches, if I'm not mistaken, instead of facing like a big Reggie, in the middle, you face a Gigantamax Eevee, which I find very interesting considering Gigantamaxing is illegal. So just kind of, I think it's a quick match. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's the only thing a part of the event I really know. So that's cool, and I only play ranked.
Is Umbreon the last evolution that is needed in Unite?
No,
Who are we still missing?
Jolteon,
Because I know
Flareon.
my girl Glaceon's there.
Yes. Oh, I think Leafeon's going to be coming in soon, too, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I know for sure Umbreon, and I know for sure Inteleon. I could actually check their Twitter. We don't have Jolteon. We don't have Flareon. We don't have Vaporeon. We have Espeon. We have Glaceon. We have Sylveon. Um, so we actually don't have a vast majority of them, which is
Oh,
kind of funny.
shocking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Leafeon will be coming in. So then the only ones
Okay.
that we won't have will be the first three.
Is Eevee actually a playable character too?
The thing is, technically, when you start off in Pokemon Unite, you evolve to get to your final form. So every single person who starts out as an evolution starts off as Eevee. And then they evolve during the game when they level up. So sometimes you'll face a lane with a double Eevee, and you don't know which one's which until you see the moves that it does. Until it evolves. And also in Pokemon Unite, I do just want to say a lot of people are really irritated with the most recent patch because some things went through that are helpful, like Comfey, who is now in the game. Comfey is like a heal bot, essentially, like Yumi in League of Legends. And not fun to play against, especially against Urshifu / Zacian. A lot of people are irritated because people go that lane. Like, they'll go Zacian, Comfey, Urshifu, Comfey, because Zacian and Urshifu are really good. And, like, they're almost unkillable with Comfey. And, so a lot of people are irritated because while there was a small nerf to Comfey, there was not one to Zacian or Urshifu. So.
Of course.
It's the League of Legends way. It's Pokemon League of Legends, essentially, just more fun.
Yeah, I haven't played League of Legends in a while.
Good, keep it that way.
But on to our final part of this news segment. I know this was a big bulky news segment, but the last couple of ones haven't. So we've been getting a lot of information here recently.
Yay.
We didn't get an announcement on the 12th about Pokemon Home like a lot of people were thinking.
Grr.
So fingers crossed that they're just going to drop it in the middle of the night because they could do that.
Sounds like
Pokemon. It does sound like them. But we have gotten some leaks from some credible leakers like Centro and whatnot. Again, with leaks, take them with a grain of salt. But like I said, these are pretty credible leakers that have gotten things right in the past. And one thing that they're saying now is kind of big because it's something we haven't seen before. And it's being able to transfer Pokemon from the newest generation to older generations, but obviously with caveats. Like we've got with the 7-star raids that we have right now, you can transfer Sobble, like you could transfer Inteleon, Charizard, Cinderace, all of that to Sword and Shield because those Pokemon exist there. And that's the link. The thing is, you can catch Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet and transfer them to either Sword and Shield or Legends Arceus, and you can possibly, as long as they exist in that game, are free to do so. So that's very interesting. I would like to see if that is the case, but who knows? Because if so, that would be a game changer.
Definitely be interesting. But yeah.
But their moves would be reset. So like say you got a specific move set for your Cinderace that you got either caught through raids or bred in Scarlet and Violet. When you transfer it to Sword and Shield, that moveset would be reset.
Hmm. Interesting. Not a fan of that.
Not a fan, but at the same time, like it was super easy in Sword and Shield to remember moves.
Yeah.
So
Just unfortunate that you
yeah.
gotta go through it again.
Yeah. But that is pretty much it for our news segment. When we come back, Tay has a very exciting announcement.
I do?
Welcome back, everybody. So, as we mentioned before the break, Tay has a very exciting announcement.
I guess I do. I am making a return to streaming. I streamed 3 years ago back when I was in college. And by in college, I mean like I was on my last year and I was living in an apartment with my boyfriend, who I still live with. And after college, I had to move back home for a couple years. I worked retail until I could get a job in my major. And yeah, and I have my own apartment now. And I'm going to be making a return to streaming Pokemon. I will be streaming probably primarily Pokemon Unite, but also I want to stream Pokemon Scarlet Violet, like raids
And
and
that
stuff.
and that's why I was saying hopefully in the last segment. So I will finally have a US friend to do raids with, because all my other friends that I do raids with are international, and working the time zones is kind of tricky sometimes.
Well, it'll be like work, you know? And raids are work. And maybe it'll get me into
I,
VGC again. It'll kind of be like what I need to get me back into, like, maybe a mainstream Pokemon game. I also
hmm.
have Pokemon Snap that I still have not played, that I would
Oh,
love to play on stream. And, a
that would be
variety
so
of
much
other
fun.
games. So, I'm excited to get back into it, show you guys how bad I am at Unite, and just Pokemon in general. Even though I've been saying for years I am a Pokemon genius with the IQ of 500,000, but it's not true. And you'll see it.
I say I'm good at Pokemon battles, but I haven't placed in like the top 10 in any of the VGC contests I've entered. So
I just haven't done the work that needs to go into them.
yeah,
I keep telling myself I will. I don't. And DLC's coming out at the end of the year, so we could play that too.
yeah, it'll be so much fun. We can stream it together.
How exciting!
I'm very excited.
Too. Oh, sorry. I sound like I'm bored of myself.
No,
But
you're just very overworked.
yes. But if you guys are interested, I don't have a set stream schedule yet. So just follow my Twitter and I'll be saying when I'm streaming. And I'm streaming tonight, even though this video is not going to be up by tonight before that happens.
Yes.
So,
When can people after today? When can people see you stream, and where can they see you stream?
they can see me on stream at Tchichu on Twitch. And as for when I will be streaming, I'm going to try to do Mondays and Tuesdays at like 5 o'clock. I might add more hours from then, but with my work schedule, which is lovely, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Right now it's kind of sporadic, but if we keep doing this and making it big, I'll be able to stream more. So
Hey,
that's the goal.
we love sporadic schedules.
That's what happens when you have ADHD. Yay.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yay.
very fun. Streamy, beamy.
Yeah, so that is our discussion portion. Super quick, but super exciting.
Yay.
Very excited to see how
Strong.
this goes for, yes, Turok Woman. Very excited to see where this new venture takes Tay.
Me freaking too. It's been 3 years.
You got this.
can only hope. But yeah.
But when we come back, it will be everyone's favorite portion of the episode, the silly little question. Hello, everybody, and welcome to everyone's favorite portion, the silly little question. Now, Tay, what is our silly little question?
So, like last week's silly little question, I wanted it to be chaotic, sporadic, if you will. What
Why not?
if all the baby Pokemon were in a freaking brawl? Who would come out on top and why? And last week we were making big pink fuzzy friends battle against each other. This week the babies are taking themselves out.
The babies are taking themselves out. So, my answer is kind of based on the anime, but just because I truly think this would be chaotic. Togepi.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Togepi. Because of the episode in the anime where there is an evil Togepi, and he tries to kill everyone by going to space.
Hey.
But I just think one, it's a out of the babies, it's got a good move pool with especially Metronome.
Mm-hmm.
Being a fairy type, it can take out like Riolu and stuff like that.
Isn't Riolu also steel?
No, it doesn't get steel until
Lucario.
it becomes Lucario.
Alright.
Yeah, so Togepi is my answer. Just pure chaos.
Alright. My answer is simple. Now listen. Last week, I answered Wigglytuff. Because Wigglytuff, she ain't got nothing to live for. She's protecting her squad, no matter what. And they start out young. Igglybuff is willing to take out any of her competitors. Where did she learn that from? Her mama. It's called Igglybuff for a reason. We turn from buff to tough. Yeah, we get a little puff in there, but everyone's a little puff sometimes.
True.
Igglybuff is ready to just roll out and beat the shizzy out of every single baby there. Togepi, you're an egg. Eggs get cracked. Can you crack a buff? You can't crack a buff. Happiny, you stare at it. It cries. Cleffa, same thing. Stare at it. It cries. Riolu can try and fight, but like you said, he's not steel, so he can't take the little baby out. He can't do it. Look at these eyes. Do these eyes look like they're gonna give you any mercy? The answer's no.
None.
Red
None.
eyes, red demon eyes.
I do think that it would be a good showdown between Togepi and Igglybuff.
Igglybuff, like I said, she learned it from her mama. She gonna do anything for her family. And ain't no egg taking her out. Not one bit.
Bless you.
Thank you.
When did we get country? I'm from Texas, and I don't even sound that country.
I thought I was speaking your language. I've been watching a lot of Mama June. Family Christ.
Wrong state.
I know.
Wrong state.
I know. Well, they're all the same to me.
The South has different dialects.
Yeah, but they're all the same. When you get down to it.
It's like me saying that all of New York is just New York City.
And I'd say sure. Then that is how I would respond. I'd go, mm-hmm.
All of New York is just New York City or U.S. Canada.
Yep. I'll be considered U.S. Canada any day. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
But yeah, Igglybuff's winning.
I think Togepi's gonna give her a run for her money.
Let us know how you guys think down below.
Yes, please.
And when we come back, we will wrap it all up for you.
Well, that has been our episode. If you liked it, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with a friend. We would love to grow even more. Maybe take and do some promotion during her streams.
True.
Could. But also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Chu News 1 and our personal Twitters. Mine is dbradyEW21 on Twitter. And I see you're trying to do sign language.
I wasn't trying.
That was
I
why.
was.
You were, but you
D?
I think misspelled everything.
No, I didn't. D Brady.
Oh, D Brady EW. It was like
EW. I know my alphabet.
21. Okay. Okay.
And you can follow me at Teichichu7.
Perfect. But remember, we are in week 2 of the Chestnut 7-star raids, but we're also doing the Great Tusk Iron Treads 5-star raids. And Tay, any other merch news or Unite stuff? Like, when do Inteleon and Umbreon go live?
They don't really tell us. They just kind of make it happen.
Assume we'll know.
Well, they just kind of go, stay tuned for more details. The only thing that we know is that Umbreon has a mean look, and Umbreon has a skin where it looks like a schoolgirl.
Okay. Choices.
Yeah. That's all we know.
But we hope you enjoyed the episode. And remember, when you choose your news,
choose Chu News.
bye, everybody.
Yeah.